We shouldn't lie to children. Not, hey.
Not here today, please, sir.
Knock it off. Get away from my stuff. Get away from my stuff. Jerk off. Oh, bitch.
The Grinch. So, picture this, a grumpy green furry fellow who has a heart 2 sizes too small and despises the holiday cheers of the Who's down in Whoville, which in this case is the Sleepy Hollow Elementary School and the children down in Amarillo, Texas. Check out this article right here. Grinch tries to steal Christmas, stands in front of elementary school with Santa is fake sign, okay? Dressed as the Grinch, David Grisham carried a sign during the morning drop-off at Sleepy Hollow Elementary, holding a sign reading, Santa is fake, Jesus is real. I mean, where's the lie, right? But I can understand why parents got really upset and attacked this guy for holding the sign, etc. Obviously, the cops were called, but they said that he wasn't technically breaking any laws. He was, quote, lawfully on the sidewalk, not doing anything. He's just holding up the sign, using his freedom of speech to say that Santa Claus isn't real, right? I mean, he ain't lying about it. Tooth Fairy ain't real either, right? Surprise, surprise. But yeah, so when they asked him, like, you do realize you're upsetting parents, he did get attacked. He replied in this way, I understand why they're upset. They're upset because they're prideful and they don't want to admit that lying to their kid is wrong in spite of what God's word says. They're more concerned with the traditions of men rather than the truth. And they double down on the lie because of pride, and they are angry because they want to blame the person telling the truth than the one who told the lie that prompted the truth to be exposed. They don't want to be seen as a liar in the eyes of their children, but the facts say they are. I'm not concerned about the, quote, magic of Christmas, but the miracle of Christmas in the virgin birth of Jesus Christ. So now we know where he's coming from. He is a pastor. This isn't the first time he's done this. He actually did this back in 2016 where he went to a mall with a mall Santa there while parents and their children were in line to take pictures.
The man you're going to see today is just a man in a suit dressed up like Santa, but Santa does not exist. Don't lie to your children and tell them there's such a thing as Santa when you know in reality that there are no flying reindeer, there is no workshop at the North Pole, there is no elves making toys, that you buy all the gifts and put them under the tree. That's all the truth.
So yeah, he's no stranger to the controversy of him believing, that you shouldn't lie to your kids about Santa Claus, and I kind of understand where he's coming from. Nowadays, the Christmas holidays is basically a commercialized holiday, like a lot of people, I know people who are atheists that celebrate Christmas, man, and they just celebrate it because it's a commercialized holiday. Like, they don't celebrate it because of Jesus or anything like that. They celebrate it because it's just a normality here in America, right? And they give gifts, and everybody during the holidays, children expect gifts, etc. So yeah, I mean, I kind of understand why he would say, like, just stop lying to the kids. Let's just treat it as storytelling, and it's fake, and these are the stories, and children have fun with it, and let it be that, right? I think that's kind of where he's coming from on that. But I mean, at the end of the day, I don't have kids. Me personally, I wouldn't tell my kid that Santa is real, or the Easter Bunny, or the Tooth Fairy. I mean, you name it. I'm not going to do that stuff. I was raised Jehovah's Witness, although I am not Jehovah's Witness, but I still don't necessarily believe in telling kids of that. I grew up knowing that Santa was fake. So, and I turned out pretty damn good, to be honest, man. So, yeah, I don't think it's ruining anything to that sense of the experience, in my opinion. But I mean, if you're a parent, do what you want, right? This whole Santa is fake stuff to the kids really reminds me of a story when I was in, I think, second grade. And I remember this to be very clearly. So I had a teacher named Mrs. Garrison.
I spent 2 hours getting ready for that stupid date. And when the bastard checks out my body, he just says, "Hey, did you used to be a guy or something? I'm a woman now, so what's it matter?"
No, not that Mrs. Garrison, but she was a white blonde lady. I did participate in the activities with other kids. It's not like my parents said I couldn't participate with the other children. But yeah, we didn't celebrate Christmas, but we created little stockings that we put all around the classroom. And she had a picture of Santa Claus' face right there. And she told us, "You guys are all being watched by jolly old Saint Nick, and you need to behave. And if you guys behave, after you come back from Christmas break, there's going to be a bunch of candy in your stockings waiting for you when you get back, and Santa's going to deliver it to you guys." Well, later, I'm having a discussion with a couple friends. They're talking about Santa Claus and the Christmas trees and stuff like that. And remember, I'm in elementary school. I'm in second grade or first grade, somewhere around there. So I'm a kid, right? And I tell them, I'm like, "Hey, guys, Santa Claus isn't real." And they're like, "What? What do you mean Santa Claus isn't real?" I'm like, "Yeah, Santa Claus ain't real." And he's like, "Well, then who puts the presents underneath the trees and shit?" And I'm like, "Well, it's probably your parents, obviously. But yeah, Santa Claus ain't real." And so then they start arguing with me, and they're like, "Okay, well, let's ask Mrs. Garrison, right?" So I was like, "Yeah, okay, remember, we're kids, so adults are the ones that settle the arguments with us." So we ask Mrs. Garrison, "Hey, Mrs. Garrison, Jake here says Santa Claus isn't real, and that, the stockings that you're going to give us candy in, that you're just going to be basically the one putting in the candy." And she says, "What? No, what are you talking about? No, Santa Claus is real, and he's going to put candy in your stockings. That's not true." And I say, "Well, Mrs. Garrison, you have a bag of candy right there on your desk. Like, how do you explain that?" She says, "Oh, ignore that. I'm going to take that with me home. I'm not going to leave it here during the break." And they're like, "See, Jake, there you go. She's going to take the candy home with her." And I say, "Fuck, darn, they're right. Okay, well, maybe Santa Claus is real. I don't know." So I got stumped. Remember, I'm a kid, easily fooled. We come back from Christmas vacation, and turns out all the kids have all the candies in their stock. I reach into my stocking, and I pull out a single Jawbreaker. One Jawbreaker, which is a candy that my mom told me never to eat, right? Because the Jawbreaker, you could choke on it or break your teeth. So she rewarded me with a single Jawbreaker, with the kids having Tootsie Rolls and a bunch of different types of candies in their stocking. So yeah, Mrs. Garrison, looking back on it, I'm just like, man, what a fucking bitch. But I mean, it is what it is, right? But it kind of reminds me of that, So my personal opinion, I mean, do what you want. At the end of the day, this guy ain't lying, right? Santa Claus ain't real, neither is the Easter Bunny. He probably believes, yes, Christmas is turning more into a commercialized business for people to go and spend their money. That's when the economy kind of booms, is during the holidays, because people are spending, and these companies make a lot of fucking money off of that. So Christmas is a beneficial for them, etc. So could be that. I don't know. I just wanted to share this story. I thought it was hilarious. And yeah, it kind of reminds me of when I was a kid telling children, "Hey, Santa Claus ain't real." I think I was the Grinch kid during that time, and Mrs. Garrison wasn't too pleased with that. Anyways, guys, just wanted to share that funny story. Like, subscribe, comment down below all your thoughts. And this has been Project VO Pod. I'm your host, Jake Varr, Trump 2024, and I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Peace.